carry. And we look at it and we go, really? That little bitty? God wants me to carry? Really? No, couldn't he fix it? Doesn't he know how much I've carried in the past? That I'm more than well capable and able of carrying something much bigger, something much more significant. Don't underestimate the significance of even the little things that God asks you to carry, because those little things might end up being the biggest things of all. And that's the message that I want to bring to you with Benny. You know, in the Bible, there's over 400 references to donkeys.
Yes.
It's the only mammal in the Bible besides a human that ever spoke. Do you realize that God used donkeys in significant ways? People call them beasts of burden. You're not a beast. Precious. Benny, you are precious. But 3 stories I want to bring to you this morning about donkeys. The first one about significance of carrying your load, right? We see the children of Israel coming out of Egypt, and they're getting ready to go towards the promised land. And there's a prophet named Balaam. He is a not of the children of Israel. He's just a pagan prophet. Even though he's a pagan prophet, God still speaks to him. I don't understand how that works, but God's still speaking to a pagan prophet. And the thing about Balaam, this prophet, that whatever he blessed was blessed, and whatever he cursed was cursed. And so Balak, the king of Moab, sees all the children of Israel coming into the area, and they're winning the battles over all the other enemies, and begins to get intimidated. And so he has people approach Balaam and says, can you get him? Listen, we'll pay whatever speak the bad word over people fee. We'll pay that. Pay them, see if you can go just curse the children of Israel. And they come and they make that request, and he says, hey, I can't do anything, I can't say anything unless God lets me. We went and inquired from the Lord, and that's what the Lord told him to say. And he goes back and tells them that, and they walk away disappointed. The next day they come back with more important people and more money. And he said, listen, I can't do anything unless the Lord allows me. I can't say anything unless the Lord allows me. He said, in fact, understand how serious I am, even if, I think it was kind of a hint of what he really wanted. He said, even if you gave me half of the king's palace, stuffed full of gold, stuffed full of riches, I couldn't do it. He goes, well, let me go into my prayer time and see what he says. And he goes in, and the Lord speaks to him. He says, all right, you can go with them, but you better only do exactly what I tell you to do. And so they agree, and they're on their way to go try to convince him to curse God's people. And as they're on this journey to curse God's people, an angel of the Lord that was assigned to him did not like Balaam's attitude. And this is not just your average angel. This is a warring angel with a flaming sword that Balaam can't see, but the donkey he's riding can. This donkey he's had his whole life. He's riding this donkey. The donkey looks up. Balaam can't see, but the donkey looks up and sees the angel and says, oh no, oh no, time to go this way. It turns and goes in the opposite direction. And Balaam gets mad and strikes the donkey. And the donkey heads back to the middle of the path. And all of a sudden he looks up and he sees the angel with the flaming sword again. And he begins to get terrified. And he moves up to the other side of the path. And he mashes Balaam's leg up against the vineyard wall. Smashes his leg. And what does Balaam do? He whacks the donkey on the head again. The donkey gets back in the middle of the path and goes on a little bit farther. by this time, the angel of the Lord not only has a flaming sword, but he's furious. Balaam still doesn't see the angel of the Lord, but the donkey does. The donkey's terrified, drops in his tracks, shaken. And there's Balaam, clueless still, bangs the donkey, hits the donkey again. And all of a sudden, the Lord opens up the donkey's mouth and says, hey, Master Balaam, all the years that we've been together, all these years that you've been riding me, have I ever done something like this before? And what's funny to me in this is Balaam doesn't even recognize that the donkey can speak. He was like, really? Are you serious? Well, just know this. If it was up to me and I had a sword, I would have killed you by now. And the next thing, the Lord opens up Balaam's eyes, and he can see the anger on the angel with the flaming sword about to kill him. He said, if it hadn't been for your donkey, I would have already killed you. Thank God for good donkeys, right? What happens is, through that pause, the donkey could see, but Balaam couldn't see. Sometimes it's in the pause of what we are carrying that when we stop, when we're waiting, and I'm saying when we're waiting on the Lord, sometimes that's when other people's eyes are opened.
Amen.
And so when God gives you a divine delay, don't discount it.
Right.
Just go ahead and take it. There's another story of a donkey. And some of you Bible trivia people say,